So we are refeeding again to the television on Niger Smith, the team's fourth. Looks like, as there is a marker nipping or something.
Up first down here with 50. Imagining that Coach Joey Field by himself. Yard line. Astronaut backs pass. Perfect timing as Malachi Brown. Looks like Wyatt is coming right in. Second down and 10.
Wolf. Hedgesville.
Quick swing out to Malachi Brown. He's got towards the middle of the field, and Heath actually brought down Malachi Brown. He would have gotten a few.
Trying to make his 31 yards.
And it looks like Joey Urish. 5 seconds now and counting, as there were some. And a penalty flag as the 12th player on the defense. And 34 seconds remaining. Preston Knights here. He's going to roll to the left, look to pass deep. That ball. And not sure that was an. Before it started going. Catches in the first half for this first half. Second down and move behind him. Ash drops back to pass. He's going to find down. Look. Foot in or not, as that happened. With just 15. Though sloppy at lead. Oh, yeah, back to pass. He's going to run out to the right. Look like it. He's going to fire deep, and that ball was Devin Heath, and a good job by O. And in warm-ups, but Coach 6 looking like a Hail Mary.
I'm with you. I would love to have seen that opportunity.
He's going to fade it up into the corner. That back for the ball that was under penalty going to go on. Move to the spot of the foul. Down now as that play. First half of play. Time break, and again, our apologies with some technical. Just those at a brief moment of time. May even lose some audio. 20-yard line. Oh, yeah. Not come down with it. Good defense by. As we head into the half of their respective sides. A little longer for those of you. Hedgesville lead. This is West Virginia High School.
This afternoon, 5-4-8. 5-4.
All right, feed. Clearly, it's something.
It's what happened last.
It's happening a lot. I don't know what you do with offerings. So another because we're soft. I don't know. Stream up on the HB. Maybe she can call Comcast and
Back into Knight Stadium on the campus of the hometown team. The guest gotten into the end zone. 8 a couple of able to put several end zone. They did get into the end zone right now. Oh yeah. And it's right Preston to do. Team.
welcome everybody back in. Straighten back out our apologies and what it is that you're able to hear and or see. The internet connection. We've been the way they did at the beginning. They're trying to work with them as well. Back to it as quick. Played out. Yeah. Come in as a more athletic. He's been able to dominate in every way. 5 turnovers out of Preston. Points, and you still look up there, and I know I've said in this first half to see that touch. Bill has still been able to find a way as a 0-0 game. Say, guys, they just haven't been able.
And the weather not helping off. Had a lick both times. Wet ball, the wet jersey. A friendly bit now, but has staged half. A pretty
passes in this first consistent basis. East 20 that is made for a long first.
Scoring drives over the hometown. Wrnr and TV.
She's got some numbers and stuff, and would be able to maybe shut the obviously connection completely, and then just reopen that. Reconnect and see if anything gets any better. It's not terrible if we're having
And we welcome you back to the Knights. Welcome to the Hedgesville in Kingwood, Pennsylvania. Has the 55-0 lead. Multiple different entities still trying to get our studio, so we are trying to as we possibly can, even very best to get as possible. It'll be interesting. Mountain State, especially in the east, and in weather like this, at the full 12 in the fourth quarter, and with the weather condition. Mountains off to that is used for soccer right now in the football. Time is brought to you by Bill Stubblefield. Vote for Bill Stubblefield.
Correct.
And want to take
programming. What do we got? That HP.
I'll just keep it on.
Hopefully be hearing
You can hear us in queue. All right. Play the opening game billboard. That way it's something, start everything off. Play that one.
through the phone line.
There, you got it?
I can hear. What's on the air?
You hear it, I can't. Back into. Apologize for the technical difficulties we somehow got back right at these scores 55-0. I think you
or at least first half. We have yards, 8 rushing and 2 plays. How about 89 rushing?
55-0 score at halftime. It's usually one-sided. To the field. Apparently it looks like full minute quarters in the second half. The fourth quarter clock will be coaches talked or anything. Receiving the second half kickoff after kickoff of the game, the football.
Yeah. An inadvertent whistle made them do it again, and they still when
that will go into the end zone for an auto.
Started. The rain is not only continuing, but it throughout the course of this game, which is not nothing, but for Hedgesville either.
Yeah, direct from us, and we could see about 3 tiers deep at the start of it really is coming down. Well, Preston, formation quarterback Trevor Thomas to receive a couple yards, but not really going.
That's J.J. Townsend, who was the deep left, then came back to his right to take. Does their job. They hold. Abrecht gets the
hard line. Press. There's another game. It looks like it's going to go to few from where the ref is standing. Looks like
J.J. Townsend again in this opening series 5 is at least
their I formation again. Receiver to each side. Trevor. Tacklers there. The first guy who got his came in 58. That is
another sack. So even when it's 1, 2, 3 sacks, so this is
Monty Rebello and Niger's.
That first half, we've got
game as that play
Back them up 5 more.
Some issues I don't know whether they're having to put and any return they can pop first drive. And it looks like going over to bounce for Preston as it goes back to the of this second half.
There's still that punt only covers 400 yards. Very short field in front of them.
Wow. First half, and Joey Ursh the offset I formation. Center backfield, he'll get touchdown. The handoff to Nigel. He went out from 37 yards behind the end zone, 61-0.
From right to left, and then handed it a linebacker, bounced off that, took it in.
Finnegan Hall, the here, Hedges. This is West Virginia High School football.
Is that 10?
You able to?
He hadn't texted or said anything, right?
Nope. Over the hometown Preston Knights here at the Buckwheat Bowl in King. And Preston down 6. This game, 9 minutes. Kickoff, his second already of the 20-yard line.
Leadership, real salute. 8 seconds, a 37-yard touch. The lead for Hedgesville. Malachi Brown. The day.
1st and 10. That play clock underneath. He's going to give off to the right side, cutting back up. That is Devin Carnage. End around to the wide receiver.
Yeah, they right side, but again, Hedgesville just stuffed the running back for a gain of only.
Players on for this second down, the 22-yard line. Did not get the start at quarterback. He will hand it off. That play was actually to number 84.
I saw earlier a young man, Rosenberger, who had. They might be looking at his midsection rifle on the roster is listed.
My apologies. I saw the 4. But number 8. Gun formation, wide receiver. Cross backpack. It's a handoff to Carnage. He's trying to bounce it outside, and he will. He gets up to about the 20. The Knights.
Yeah, foot or ankle and be able to it's going to be fourth at about 7.
Preston.
Yeah.
Just punt it away and hope you're
Tushin as they have
somebody while they're already in.
6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so there's the illegal.
Half in the second half. Now looking at about a 4th and 6. With that wet ball, and he 6. Ball slipped off of his hands. I'm sure that football absolutely soaked right now. His hand right off his fingertips, kicked off to it before a couple.
To Miller, the other loss of Eli
Brown. The lineman's got it, and he is down inside the 5. Inside number 75, Robbie Stick. 2-yard line, maybe even inside the 1.
Big man, you are right.
In that jumbo formation, Malachi Brown playing that quarterback position as a whistle blows. Exactly, that whistle was blown for. Still looking for everybody set in time. 1-yard line.
Do it again. There is
and he'll get it again. The offensive lineman, that's
70. 155-pounder who will go in.
That's my apology. The big man getting into the end zone, the offensive line. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It is up and in. Stadium. Preston still looking for their. We'll be back with more West Virginia High School football. Something.
I have not, so he's hearing everything.
Knight Stadium as the rain continues. 0 over Preston as Finnegan Hall gets set to kick it away. Touchback, 1st and 10. Let's take a look at that last drive.
Plays covering 10 yards in both. Anthony Fortune goes in from a 69 and up
for the Preston 19 pounds. And that quarterback formation, 1 receiver. Rifle takes a snap, loses the football. He's got a pitch by what looks like Hedgesville. And it inside.
Didn't know who got knocking carnage away. But no doubt. 130 trying to get that fumbled football.
Was recovered.
Yes.
He got number 7. Back area.
10-yard sideline of some sort.
Doesn't look like any of the referee.
Penalty. Hedgesville, whatever the penalty line gave a motion that marker was, and the Eagles will have that 6 on the day for Preston.
Over to 9 left in this rain-soaked 0 right now. I want to take a chance. VU Medicine. Kelly Allstate Insurance. Miller. A timeout on the field, not sure.
Now, as I heard the announcement, as they want to gather this, I've got Preston, which would put them at -1.5, and Hedgesville again in great field position. Coach Joey Urish back in the pregame show as we spoke with him earlier in the week. Hedgesville is going to go against the Eagles. Came back in 26 was the final in that one, Bill. But the last couple of years
on a bad snap, he's rolling out to his left to the line of scrimmage, but don't think he. It looks like head coach Joey Urish, the head of the junior, who's listed.
A penalty against, but add that to what was a much 160.
The backfield is Dakota Bruno next to Carroll. Line up in the shotgun is Carroll. There's the give to, that's number 25. Looks like, again, in the area of a block in the back or a hold.
And you've got to, they will mark it off.
Seen by any. Come on to the field. First down.
Keep the result of the 20.
And it looks. I was ball at the 20, so that's about a field goal for Finnegan Hall. That puts Hedgesville up over. Hedgesville up over the Preston Knights. We're going to football on Talk Radio WRNR.
Yards.
The Buckwheat Ball visiting Hedgesville Eagles 70 in the third quarter.
Trusted leadership, real solutions. Don't hear it. It's off the clock and a 37-yard.
2 plays, then a field goal. Deep kickoff. Looks like it'll also go back in the end zone. On the game for Finnegan.
On the season, still has a.
The press drive. They get a lot of yardage to Shades.
Each kick from Finnegan.
Back.
Again,
It's mental penalties, like at least third. Physical mistakes are being made.
14 for 166. Preston for 240.
Now, Rifle takes the hand. For that is Devin Knotts, the fresh linebacker, one of those.
Forrester, who procedure the call against Preston.
No, it'll go back to maybe a long play clock back on. Rifle under center. And that slip. That one finally hit the deck, and he had to just
behind his center, so really not even bring up a 3rd down and 12 version so far for Preston.
Beaver to the near side. Right middle and gain a couple, but just nowhere to go. Met by almost. And we expect to see the
Game on play. 4th down.
Last one,
Rebello to get in there.
and now runs back. Proceed.
Punt in the air, but a favorable bounce that will go over the, which is where Hedgesville will take it as their offense.
And I'm sure they'll take it as they don't get a. And Hedgesville will have to cover about. Thank you. I was just looking.
Take the snaps at quarter. Is number 34. That is Dakota, the 45-yard line to about the 47. So Dakota, and right now just trying to wind this clock. Neither team having too much fun in the
State of West Virginia doesn't kick in.
Miller in the backfield. That'll be a swing pass from that first down mark, but still about a yard.
Job by Jones as he caught that one, was off balance and then still.
3rd and 1 now. 8-yard line. Carroll in the pistol. Miller behind. Shell, he's up the sideline and inside the 30-yard line, stepped out right of the.
Imagine that.
Haven't seen more than 50 or 60 of those today.
5 of those at least, and a couple that have been declined. So
we're on the field for the most part. Still haven't gotten the.
11-yard gain before the tripping penalty. Wow, 15 yards.
15 yards. Still back in their own territory now to the near side. He will roll out to his left. Flag on the play. Seconds remaining here in the a running 4th quarter. Haven't gotten a
down. It looks like with the captains for press. 4th down.
It is about a third and last play. Got them to that midfield. And that is 3/4. Preston Knights here at Knight Stadium. Talk Radio WRNR. I texted Patrick, by the way. He is playing commercial. Just run it. Just.
TV feed and stuff is cleaning up. Man, I don't know what. An account where only has to get in on the other, correct?
And welcome. Stadium as the rain continues to fall even. Hedgesville flipping the field around in the 50-yard line. Carroll back to pass. He's going to go deep. That downs 4-0. And head number 8, Aaron Hermison.
Get deflected into. If he's able to get
for the Preston Knights. This fourth quarter, 1st and 10 from the 50
position. This entire recovering the onside kick on the opening kick.
Carry, that is.
Nope, that's 18. So not one of their better gains on first down. Third and long situations in Preston.
Second down and 8. Far side 2 to the near side. On the carry, he went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah. 5-pounder listed as a linebacker. Hitting a quarterback.
Hey. Territory. On the 47-yard line. Side up the middle. That'll be a first down and the 40-yard line inside the 40 down to the 38.
Not at all. First
half. One came via pass.
Their second possession of the ball.
So a fresh set of downs now. First down. Here's the near side. One. I believe the center had turned around his hand. That for 76, the center right now that is on it.
Maintains that possession.
And a long 12. There's the give to the left side. That is number 31. That is a few on that. He will be back.
Loss of 7 more is going to bring up a. They're going the wrong direction. Got down to the 30.
Third down and 20. Ball at the 40 field position they've had to date. 12 now on a running. Rifle gives the ball off up the middle. That again will be the number. Fourth down upcoming.
By head coach Jonathan Ten. situation. I know it's a but at this clock wind and see how it plays out and play at Fairmont Senior, not in Upshur, and November.
4th down and was almost intercepted. Good read by number 34. Dakota Miller, he almost had an hold on. There is a flag on the play.
Well, of an incomplete pass, but rather they would have it at a call against the Eagles. If they back it up from the half.
I was going to say almost everybody's the Hedgesville offense coming onto the field.
There's been a huge total. 96 yards against
Carroll will line up. And there's the give. Running back breaks to the outside. Gain a few. That is number 25. Only flag coming in from the back, Judge, and looks like it's going.
So the senior able close to 15 yards, but hold on.
Looked like it was a late hit out of bounds. But block in the back.
That definitely has to be of those penalties.
Can't imagine. Carroll drops back in the shotgun. He sends it out to the 45-yard line down to about the
Hanky.
Hey.
Got like about every couple of plays.
Block nearing. And this one, Hedgesville, 1st down and 10.
Carries
To each side.
Is pointing out that ball.
Carroll now will get on it, falls right at the line of scrimmage, so nothing. Just after
a wet, sloppy field, 72-0 lead. Physically hand him the
5 minutes at 4:51. Carroll loses the football. Preston recovers. Like 34, and that is Curtis. So Preston will get at least one more off. Bold.
Turnover number 3 in this one. Conditions, I believe, a key factor.
That fumbles twice. I'm at least blaming. We could see just an 1st and 10 from the 42.
Head power running. Just look. Gain of a couple of yards.
Now in a possibility lockout. High formation. Found another fumble, and that is picked up. This ball, the peanut oil. And
Harper on the stop. 10-260. level. Looked very good making that tackle.
And Hedgesville will hand the ball off. Another handoff to number 18. The 45-yard line, but getting no more.
Good hard every inch that he could get. On third down conversion. Get anything going. We had them at.
Now they're giving Knotts. He will power forward, dragging a couple of tacklers. The ball's on the ground, but the Hedgesville. It was fourth down. Turn only have to run one play clock yet, so I think one play over the.
How about for closing at home against Spring Mills? For the second, as Spring Mills to close out the regular season.
Winds under 5, 3 seconds. That is going to be all they do it as the game. The final seconds run off to the Preston Knights next in our post-game show. This is the game, and
I think that's all I put.
come on, man.
Settle down.
Man. Oh, really? We know, because if it's and West Virginia, well, this Hedgesville Eagles. This game on either side, you think 72 points. At the same time, there was a lot of penalties and conditions we have here because of the weather. The field still a lot of those turnovers. Too much manpower.
Teams combined 6 for. Difference is Hedgesville unable to take. For sacks. Dominated, and the offense, well, even extra hard to do it, and ultimately went on to score in most of those situations.
When things like that can happen, and a couple of those interceptions, the pure skill of Malachi Brown. What we used to see sometimes. Cover him, and it's at some point with this Preston team, you just had these skill players from Hedgesville, and it really showed. still able to score 72 points.
Well, let's quickly look. Yards, a 64-yard touchdown pass from with the wet conditions, didn't allow the Smith. It would be a two-play 38 and did make it opening quarter thanks to and still in that opening quarter Smith as well Hedgesville had recovered to make it 28-0 Hedgesville at the end. Touchdown pass, Owe Ash to Niger Smith. That made it 35-zip. Then it was a 42-0, capping a six-play, 73-yard drive following a Malachi Brown interception. A three-play, 14-yard drive was capped by a one-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Owe Ash. That made it 48-0, and still not done in the first half. A 25-yard touchdown pass completion going from Ash to Keenan Smoot out of the backfield made it 55-0 Hedgesville. That would be the score as the teams went into the locker room at the half. In quarter number 3, 37 yards on a touchdown run for Malachi Brown made it 62-0. Then a 2-yard touchdown run, probably our favorite touchdown of the day, for Anthony Fortune, the 355-pound 6'4 lineman, getting the chance to take one in. That made it 69-0. And then the final points came with 4:18 to play in the third. On a 2nd down and 9, they called on Finnegan Hall. Hey, get out there. Let's try a field goal. Hall now 6 of 9 in field goal attempts as he put one through, even in the rainy conditions, from 37 yards out. 72-0 the score going into the fourth quarter, and that would be the final on this wet, rainy afternoon.
I don't think you emphasized rainy quite enough. I mean, just absolutely disgusting here today. All right, we will take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll take a look at overall team stats on the day. We'll name our player of the game and look ahead to our next broadcast, which will be tomorrow night as Martinsburg will be down in Charlestown taking on the Washington Patriots. 72-0 your final score. We will be back to wrap up the postgame next. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR.
Pretty close. Nope, I'm not right, because you got to. Is this a 1-minute break?
And we're back here to close it out from not pretty. Let's start with
For just 53. They were just never to pass in that second half. 1 of 30 passing the football was nothing in that game, and thanks in part on 3rd down after 496 yards. 543 yard one rushing. You mentioned today.
All right, time to figure it out.
Wow. You want to go. Touchdowns, getting it. Thor Brown, the way as well as score touchdowns. 55-pound lineman like Anthony Fortune gets into the end zone.
Offensive stat.
Minus 6 yards.
An entire ball game in these conditions. I guess you can call it group of the game. as a whole for the Hedgesville Eagles.
Well, there's no doubt eye around and make plays as they were in the backfield. We just here in the second half, 1-2 in the second half went for a negative 14-15. How about 16 tackles for loss? If we give those guys.
All right, that's going to do it from us for Patriots pregame. You and Vic Holmes in the booth, Jason Colwork on the sideline.
Again, as we look to broadcast that one over Wrnr TV over the internet again. So it's internet somewhere. You to effort on the other ends and see.
Well, a big thanks to both of our head coaches and athletic director here, Bruce Huggins, for coaches for interviews and stats throughout the week. A big thanks to my partner, Matt Miller. Real hard job today. And Chip Rittenhouse.